Jess Hilarious is under fire for, well, telling the truth.
I mean, when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Jess Hilarious, like the most of us, was in utter disgust when we watched that particular video you just watched of a trans woman chastising biological women who are just simply asking, hey, can we not make a mockery out of childbirth and periods by simulating it in artificial ways because a trans woman want to feel more like a woman? To me, that was a pretty reasonable ask. Well, the trans community don't tend to think so. So Jess Hilarious, being a biological woman, she decided to give her take on this, and that landed her in some hot water.
Hello. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
And because of that sound and pretty logical take that Jess Hilarious decided to post, she's now being called everything in the world than the name her mama gave her. Which is a shame that a logical statement like that can conjure up so much hate from a community. Now, they're also on Twitter calling her trans and calling her manly, which to me is pretty backwards. If they're fighting for trans people to be accepted and normalized, then weaponizing something and using it as an insult is probably the worst way to try to normalize it. And through it all, despite the calls for her to be canceled, the backlash, and the think pieces like this,
I just saw a really ignorant video from Jess Hilarious saying who's gonna stand up for us, because she was just so fucking offended that a trans woman would say that menstruation is not exclusively to cis women. Obviously cis women are not the only ones who experience menstruation, because trans men do too.
Yeah, trans men are biological women. That's probably why they menstruate.
But importantly, this ignorance has to stop. Like, enough is enough. Enough is a fucking enough. Like, this whole idea that trans people are in some way endangering your womanhood, the idea that even cis women, why do you seem to think that we are nothing more but menstruation and your biological parts? If another person, if a trans person talks about menstruation or their experiences or the fact that they are included in this, you're like, who's gonna defend us? If you don't shut your stupid.
Well, now I'm confused, because black women specifically taught us the word cultural appropriation. Right, black women are quick to speak up when Kim Kardashian got on braids, so why can't Jess Hilarious, who's a biological woman, speak up when another group of people is trying to culturally appropriate periods and childbirth when they don't know how it feels like? I feel like that's pretty fair, right? If you can complain about braids, she can complain about childbirth and menstrual cycles, especially if it's being emulated in artificial ways to make somebody feel more like a woman when they don't experience it and would never know the pain and struggles that come with actually having those two things. They're also bringing up past jokes that she has made about Muslims and other groups of people in an attempt to fully cancel her. I'm not surprised at all. If you're the main character on Twitter for that day, they just don't prosecute you for what you did that day. They bring up things from your past as character references to fully get you out of here and out the paint. Fortunately for Jess Hilarious though, she's only being canceled in Shea Butter Twitter, so she don't really need to worry. Now, if this, let's say, carries outside of Shea Butter Twitter, and other major publications pick it up and the real trans community get on you, now she's in trouble. Because the one thing we know, bruh, is them folks is undefeated. They ain't never took a L. The LGBTQIA community, bruh, ain't never took a L. So just pray to the stars, man, that it don't make it past Shea Butter Twitter, all right? It's your boy, Poetic Flacco. Like the video, sub to the channel, comment for the algorithm. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.